Like and subscribe my channel and share with those guys who want to learn SD-WAN. Thank you so much.
So some information we will learn from the PPTs and some PDF. So there are multiple things. Okay, so first of all, we should think about that why SD-WAN come into the picture. In long time, you see that only we are working on the internet and MPLS. So every day you also see that you also getting pop-up in your mobile that this application update, and you also observe that application size getting increasing day by day. So why it's increasing? Because you are getting more feature every day on our application and more graphics, more better graphics. If you will go back to 10-15 years back, then even your website and application will not look like in the same way that right now you have that multiple options, multiple graphics, multiple features, payment gateways are there, right? But in 20 years back there was not there. So basically that your application is getting increasing day by day. In the same scenario, I'm talking about general for the internet, but in the same scenario, your office application is also getting increasing day by day. Continuously team are developing their applications, some integration, even your office application, your HR pay slip, and even your profile update, your day-to-day application, your payment, your bills, some application where you claim your pending bills. So day by day it's getting increasing. So why it's impacting? It's impacting because if you are aware about that, if you will go to any ISP, and for example, if I will take any one of the example, if you will go to any ISP and you want to purchase one 10 MB link for the internet, it will be cost about maybe 1 lakh or 2 lakh per year, for example. That I'm talking about the dedicated lines, not a broadband. A dedicated line 100 MB link, that will be costly. So in the same way, if you are going to purchase a MPLS link from the ISP, it will be a near about 10 times high. Maybe it's a 10-15 lakh per year for the same link, 100 MB link. So why it's so? Because ISP is creating a separate environment, separate cloud for your network, that is a private links. So now customer observe that day by day it's getting increased, and day by day IT cost is getting increased, IT budget is getting increased. So may I know that near about approximately how many years of experience you have right now? Near about your guys from the 6 to 8 year of experience, or 9 to 12 year of experience in your career in the network approximately? So you started with career most of the time. I also started, don't take otherwise, I also started the same way. You started your career with a like operation initially, that link monitoring, sent to email to ISP like this, right? The same way I did. So ISP create a specific environment for your organization, and that's the reason they cost you so high. They charge you so high cost. So likewise, when actually IT is not creating a money, IT is just a support for any of the organization, any company, for example any AC making company, maybe any company is making cooler, AC, some purifier, some fridge, TV, whatever. So their main business is to sell the TV or manufacture the TV or manufacture the fridge, right? They're not business to support the IT. Some are the service provider where they are developing the software, they are doing their business on the software line, but IT is just a supportive pillar, you can say. So when company is investing in the IT, they are just supporting, they are just investing in IT so that their business can be maybe can say that business could be run very fast. So anybody can send an email, book some detail on the app and payment, and book some order. So IT is just a supportive pillar. So whenever customer is investing in MPLS link, its costing is getting very high. Then SD-WAN come into the picture. SD-WAN. So here's some observations a long time back, that what would be the SD-WAN demand in future. So on PPT. So then SD-WAN come into the market. So in the previous legacy one, you learned that there is three kind of plane: management plane, control plane, data plane, that all exist on the router, right? But in SD-WAN, they separated these three planes: management plane, control plane, and data plane. Do you understand what is mean by control plane? What actually control plane do in the router? Not an SD-WAN. It controls the routing, right? Correct.
Yeah.
All the three things are available on the router, but in SD-WAN, they make it they design like in a way the same kind of environment that like you are getting in MPLS, because MPLS like in normally private VPNs, you can say VRS is there, private network, uh, private tagging, so nobody can get into your private network. And even the bank also have their own dedicated line. Bank network also is not kind of MPLS. Bank network is totally different. Banking sector, they purchase dedicated line from the ISP. Only they purchase wire. Okay, they want that my Delhi branch traffic should communicate to Mumbai branch. My traffic should route from here to there, but I will configure the routing protocol, I will do the configuration. It's not responsibility from the ISP that they will do some configuration for the banking sector. Banking IT sector means IT person from the bank department, they will do their own configuration. Only ISP responsibility that their branch should be communicate. That's a different thing. That's a different technology. That how it's work. They work on the VLAN tagging basically. And packet come from the branch and it to the ISP. They only tag the packet. This packet belong to the bank, and that's how they segregate. But they don't know that which routing protocol, any VPN tunnel, whatever they are running. So that's a different thing. So here you can see that why SD-WAN versus traditional WAN. So traditional WAN is basically the MPLS. We have private MPLS line, but in SD-WAN is a transport independent. Either you can use MPLS, broadband, LT, your SIM, anything. In normal traditional WAN, you have to do some static configuration, manual configuration. But here you have centralized control, or even you can do some automation on that one, so that error it will be like errorless. Any engineer visiting a site, or maybe you are controlling or you are configuring the site remotely, so there may be the possibility, because we are all human, so there may be the possibility that some error could be happen, because separate you are doing the configuration on each branch. But we have some centralized template, centralized configuration, so there will be very less chance. So our traditional was very expensive and less flexible, and this SD-WAN is cost effective and scalable, right? And in SD-WAN there is no need to do your all traffic backhaul to the hub. But in MPLS we normally internet traffic backhaul to the data center. For example, user want to run the internet, so in MPLS there was two options. Either you can keep some internet link at site and keep the firewall at site, and where the traffic will be filtered, all the policy organization is covering, all the policy they are using, like YouTube block or Facebook block, or maybe this site should not be open. So all kind of policy will be applied, and then user will be able to run the maybe browse the internet. Or either they will backhaul all the traffic from MPLS line towards the hub, and in hub you have firewall, so default route towards the firewall will do the filtering, and after the filter it will go out, and then it will be come back. So because of that, user will face the slowness, because for example, I have branch in Delhi and my data center in Bangalore or maybe in Mumbai. So every time traffic will go from Delhi to Mumbai, Bangalore, maybe Chennai. From there it will go out, then will come back. But in SD-WAN you can configure some direct internet breakout for some for example Microsoft 365, some your browser, or either you can use any security cloud like Zscaler. However, they also have the POP, but they have multiple POPs. But in MPLS there may be possibility that we have presence worldwide, of my company and my data center in Singapore, and I'm residing, or maybe my factory, maybe my corporate office in India. The traffic is going to the Singapore via MPLS link, and then it go out, then it come back. So definitely latency will be there. In traditional, there was a slow change management. Slow change management means everything you will configure, then you will take approval, and then you will apply. But in SD-WAN, you can also run the ZTP. Even the change management is so fast because there is some feature in most of SD-WAN. If you are doing some wrong configuration and your box is getting down, or maybe box is getting unreachable towards your controller, so it will automatically revert back to the original config, right? And the main thing is limited visibility. On that one, in MPLS, only we configure some QoS, means only we play with the layer 3 on protocols. Some protocols, some static routing, or you can configure some QoS. Okay, this voice video traffic should be have priority and others should not. But in SD-WAN, you have full visibility till layer 7. It means you can also see the dashboard on which application is running by user, and even you can configure the policies according to the application. Okay, I want my O365 traffic should local breakout, and other traffic should be, your browsing should be go on the any of the security provider you are using, or any other application of your organization which you have mapped in your management plane, and you create the policies, and according to that you can prioritize them. So basically it work on the signature of those applications, and it also provides some analytics which MPLS does not provide us. It also provides some analytics. For example, if you want to analyze one of the site, okay, I want to see that this my bandwidth is near about 100 MB and it's getting utilized near about 80%. So I want to see which kind of browsing is done by user. So we can see, okay, most of the user is running YouTube, Facebook, 50%, only 30% traffic related to the corporate network. Okay, so those things I need to control because my bandwidth utilization going high, and my user who is actually working on the corporate application, who is actually working the office work, those are facing slowness, and other are watching YouTube and listening songs. So those kind of visibility analytics, any backup is going, any update is Windows update is going. Even on the granular level, you can also see that which IP address has browsed so much and which IP address have the so much traffic towards the YouTube or Facebook. So on the granular level, you can also see that what are the sources, what are the destination, which application they are using. So that kind of analytics and visibility is provided by the SD-WAN. No, previously it was not there when we are using the traditional WAN. Only your SD-WAN device can learn the application signature, where you can play with the policies and you can see the traffic generally. However, Sonar will provide the logs. Utilization is going high, this kind of internet traffic, those kind of corporate traffic. But on the granular level, it was not possible previously. So even you can see in analytics that you can configure some segment, you can directly spin up those devices. For example, in Viptela we have cloud on ramp, where you can directly spin up those devices from the vManage towards the AWS. So most of the feature had developed here. Segmentation is there, right? And the best thing is that it's a transport independent. You don't need to worry that only MPLS link will work. You have a SIM, 5G, 4G, even you have broadband. Maybe there is not possibility for the internet, only MPLS link is there from any of the provider. So your operation, your monitoring, your analytics is so easy after that. Previously it was not there, but after the SD-WAN it is so easy. So there are multiple vendors right now in the market, but top 15 if we talk about the Cisco, Meraki, Viptela, Versa, VeloCloud, Juniper are there. Near about 40 to 50 vendor is there. Nowadays Kato is also providing some SASE services, is also booming. Fortnite is also there, right? We can have a break for lunch break.
Like and subscribe my channel and share with those guys who want to learn SD-WAN. Thank you so much.